I want to challenge you in your quest to become closer to nature. The title of this talk is Awaken Your Five Basic Senses. If you go back in time, our ancestors, I'm assuming, and I think I'm right, their senses were probably a lot better than ours, a lot more advanced. Now, I wouldn't say better, but they were more advanced in nature. We might be more advanced in the city. I don't know what one of our ancestors who had never been to a city would have thought if you plopped them in the middle of a megalopolis downtown and there's sounds of horns and everything else and people screaming and everything else in the city, what they would have thought. That'd be a fascinating thought, isn't it? But the bottom line is when they were out in nature, because they didn't have city life, their smell was probably better. Their taste was probably more advanced. Their hearing was definitely more advanced. Their ability to touch things was more advanced. All of their senses were probably more advanced in nature, and that built a closer relationship, and it allowed us in that closeness to be truly a part of the earth and not separate from it. We knew when the bear was around. We knew when the deer was around. We knew when the squirrel was around. We knew when the songbirds were coming in and what they were up to and what they were doing. We knew when the sounds of the tree and the wind blowing and scraping each other, what that meant. We knew it was intimate. We knew what the flowers were saying to the bees. We're a part of it. No better way to improve your senses than to go out in the woods and practice. Practice. Again, it takes commitment. But there comes a point if you practice, and it really doesn't take that long, because think of this. Nature remembers what we have forgotten as modern people. Our wild being, the wild person within us, knows what we're trying to do and will remember, and our senses will naturally awaken very rapidly if we go into nature and practice. So smell, smell, smell. All the plants you can, the grasses, you name it. Even smells you don't like, smell them. Taste everything you can that is okay to taste. If you're not sure, then you need to get some classes, get some books on wild edible plants, and be careful. Listen with deer ears if you can, and even without. This improves greatly your hearing. You catch the sounds. Our hearing particularly can become so much better. And of course, our best sense, feeling, is amazing. Touch and feel with all parts of your body. And then, of course, the most amazing of all is the ability to see. Our eyes are our gifts, and they connect us so much with the world, but they can be so improved. Look into the shadows. Let your eyes filter through a forest as far through as it can go. Always remember to look up and look all the way up through, follow trees up to the sky and then say hi to the sky. Ho to the sky. Follow creeks down through the woods. Let your ears guide you and then look and have the sound show up. But first you heard it. What an amazing thing. Or smell something first and then follow that smell till you see it. And then maybe you can touch it. Maybe you can listen to it. This is ways to improve your senses. Pick up dirt out of the ground and dig down deep with your hand in a woods and smell it. You're smelling literally life, compost being made, life happening. Practice your senses. Get out there. You have to do it. Remember the old cliche invented by Tim Corcoran. Get out in the woods. It's the best place to be. Or I think I actually say get off your butt and get out in the woods. It's the best place to be. And bring your senses alive, 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 and watch what happens. You'll be happy. Ho! I started these talks, and I still believe they're mostly for
our alumni and future students, people who are interested in coming to our school, to continue with the teachings of the school, and or to be introduced to the teachings of the school. Which, if I had to break it down, it would be to build a deep personal relationship with nature, reclaim our birthright to be close to our earth in a personal way, and a call to action, a willingness to take on the idea of becoming an earth caretaker as one of the purposes, if not the main purpose, of our life on earth. That's what these talks are about. I hope they inspire people, and I'd love to hear from you on ideas for talks you might like to hear and questions you might have if I brought any up.